Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Defining Discipline podcast. I'm your host, Scott. Defining discipline is a lifestyle, a mentality, and a brand. And within this podcast, we're going to focus on self improvement as you follow along with me on my journey. We'll also hear from special guests of all walks of life on this podcast and their remarkable journeys that led them to where they are today. At the beginning of the year, I challenged myself to run 365 days out of the year and to run 1,250 miles. Well, 243.8 miles later and 60 days later, that's where we currently are. 60 days in, I'm feeling pretty good. Don't feel too run down or anything. There's been some days where my legs feel a little heavy. Today wasn't too bad, but I was able to get out there and get 4.1 for the day. Today is March 1st. It is a new month. So it was actually a beautiful day out there. No complaints. It's a little windy at some points, but other than that, it was sunny. Can't complain. I think it was 36 degrees. Like I said, a little windy, but overall, good day, good run. Got some good miles in. Got a good pace going. That being said, though, if you've been following along for the past couple months, every month I do a fundraiser in honor of the month. This is a new month. I will be doing a fundraiser. I will be starting it today. I'm not officially certain of what fundraiser. I have two in mind. I'm not going to mention either one. They're both kind of related. I'm not going to mention either of them. I'm going to think it over and have a discussion with someone and see what they think is a better route for the month of March fundraiser. So there's two I have in mind, but I will post it later tonight. You will see a link for it, and it will run into April. But other than that, though, the February fundraiser is still going on, guys. It is in honor of the Detroit Black Community Food Security Network. Someone did make a later donation, my buddy Nick. So I want to thank you so much, Nick, for making a donation. I don't have it offhand on how much he donated, but he got us up to close to $100 now. So this fundraiser is still going on for February until March 9th. And I will be again starting the new 100-mile challenge fundraiser for the month of March. Again, it's not set in stone of the fundraiser, but I have two causes that are in the works of which one is going to be for the March fundraiser. But that being said, I am at 4.1 miles for the month of March. So yeah, I got 95.9 left to go for the month. I'm trying to maybe pump out just like last month, though, probably a little bit over 100, maybe 133. My thinking in that is I'm supposed to later this month, my wife is supposed to give birth to our child. So my thought is to get as many miles as I can, and I guess ahead of time before my daughter is here, in hopes that if I will have to take a slow down in mileage, I plan on to still try to run every single day, but maybe I won't be running longer runs. I'll probably do a lot more 1.5s and just 5Ks throughout the week instead of putting out big runs. So I want to try to get my big runs and my good mileage in the beginning of the year as much as I can before my daughter gets here, because I know I'm assuming the first month and a half is going to be an adjustment that it's going to be hard to get used to. So I want to get as much miles as I can before that happens. So I'm looking probably at 133 again, roughly. I'm trying to maybe hit 130, 125 for the month of March. But currently we are just at 4.1, and that is also 4.1 for the week since it is a Monday. And I want to kind of talk about the weekly thing. At the beginning of February, on February 2nd, I challenged myself to the God Bod Challenge, and that was a challenge I made up that consists of doing 33 push-ups and 33 sit-ups every single day for 33 days straight while running 33 miles per week during that time frame. So it would be 35 days of running, but 33 days of push-ups and sit-ups. I am currently going to be on day 28 of push-ups and sit-ups. I have yet to do them. I will be doing them right after this episode, and I'll be adding it and attaching to the end of the video, but not to the audio. So if you're just listening on the podcast and want to follow along with the push-ups and sit-ups, you will have to go to the video on YouTube. But yeah, so today will be day 28 of push-ups and sit-ups. This will be my last final week of 33 miles per week, of mandatory 33 miles per week for the challenge. Currently sitting at 4.1, so that leaves me at 28.8 left to go, which more likely 28.9, but this thing doesn't do that other numeral right there, so, it's two other decimal, there's two numbers there. It's, I probably ran 4.19 something, and it's only going to show me 4.1. So that's why it says I got 28.8 left this month, or this week, to pump out 33 miles. Body's feeling it a little bit now, but I'm still overall feeling pretty good. It's gonna be doable. And there's a few things that have actually kind of came up. I guess I'll just mention it now before we get started into today's episode. One of the main reasons I got into running was David Goggins, and he does a challenge every single year, and it's the 4x48, and that entails running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And this year they're doing a sign up kind of for it, and where everyone can kind of do it together. And I'm on the cusp right now. It's coming up on the 5th, so I think that's Friday. It starts on Friday, ends on Sunday. He's starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I would have to start at 11 p.m. It's just it's something I'm thinking about. It depends on how far I can get along with getting this house in order before then. I got a lot to get done, so it's just a challenge that I realize I've always wanted to do and attempt, and he's going to be doing it. I can do it at the same time with him, so it's a thought in the back of my mind. I'd be pumping out 48 miles in 2 days, so I thought about that, and I thought about maybe I could even just slow my mileage down for the rest of the week if I do decide to do that. Even if I don't decide to do it and I decide to slow my mileage down for the beginning of the week, I could at least still pump out 2 big runs at the end of the week, which might be a good route still to kind of take going forward for the week. Other than that, though, I told you my yearly mileage is at 243.8, going at a good steady pace. It says I am 38.3 miles ahead of my plan, so that's good. But other than that, guys, let's kind of just get started into today's episode. Today is day 60 of the journey, and it's going to be episode 60. And sometimes I try to play the theme off of the number, and I figured why not today. I was thinking of something, like becoming a senior citizen or 60, and just that being like such a significant number, kind of. And something that really stuck out, though, in my head is that 60-day money back, So if you didn't get that reference, we'll talk about it right now. For today's theme, day 60, it's going to be guaranteed. I want to talk about that because at times in life, at least me, I know this is something that I've done. There's times where I feel like I'm guaranteed things and I deserve things, and I have the right to things, and responsibilities kind of get pushed to the wayside. And it's that kind of guaranteed mentality that, kind of held me back, thinking that I'm guaranteed to have things and without actually having the effort or the sacrifice for them. So something that I was thinking about today when thinking about the 60-day back guarantee, and thinking about today's episode of doing it on guarantee, is I kind of came up with this this way of thinking, because if you really think about it, nothing in our life is guaranteed. Um, you can be promised everything, but um, circumstances happen, things happen, and things change, and not everything that you thought you were guaranteed can always happens the way that you plan it to happen. So there's nothing really in this life that's guaranteed, and um, I think we take that for granted a lot. We The things that aren't guaranteed, which is everything basically, we take for granted. The time we spend with the people close to us. Um, that's not always guaranteed, and sometimes you'll be sitting there spending time with someone, and you think to yourself, "Well, I can't wait just to go home and watch TV and stop listening to them," or whatever the case may be. Nothing is guaranteed, and that's something that I I know I haven't. I don't think we any of us do as a society. I don't think we keep that in the back of our mind enough. I think we kind of almost want to block it out to try to protect ourselves. But I think once something happens, it kind of throws us off, and it kind of throws us through a loop where we're not ready for it. And if we had that mentality, almost, I mean, I know we all know nothing's guaranteed, but at the same time, we don't necessarily always live like that or act like that. So I think the whole main purpose for me talking about it today is to try to act out realizing that nothing is guaranteed. So to put your best foot forward always, and to always try to do your best in every situation, and take advantage of every situation that you're in, because again, nothing is guaranteed. And I don't mean necessarily mean take advantage by getting it always benefiting you, but like I said, those times when you're spending with people, that maybe, like I said, not necessarily that you think you have the time for at that moment. One, you could be really helping them out. They might need that company, and you not realizing it. And two, there might come a time when they're not there around anymore, and the time that was always bothering you to spend with them, you might realize was a big part of your life, and you miss it. And I just don't, I know personally, I don't want to wake up one day thinking, having that feeling that that I wasn't, that I took what was in front of me for granted, and had the guaranteed mentality that every day it's gonna be there, and I can always count on it, or whatever the case may be. We have to get out of that mentality and realize that we take a lot for granted, and nothing is guaranteed. And I kind of mentioned earlier, when I was thinking about all this, I came up with this mentality, and this kind of idea, this thought, this saying about guarantees. And the more I think about it, the more it really resonates, and makes sense, and it kind of really hits hard. And what that is, what I came up with, the idea, the thought is, you can't, or you can guarantee your effort, but you can't guarantee the outcome. So you may never know what will come from it, or from whatever the case may be. You might never know what may happen, but you can guarantee your effort towards it. So you can't guarantee today. I can't guarantee that after I get off this, that I'm going, that everything's going to work out, and that I'm going to get up and do my push-ups and sit-ups and get everything done. Anything could happen. A plane could fall. Anything can happen, and what I thought was a guarantee can change it. But all I can do is guarantee that I get up every single day and put forward my best effort to be the best version of myself. And that might not necessarily guarantee my outcome, but I think it will increase the odds of my outcome of living my life, um, guaranteeing my effort towards my outcome. Um, I'm going to try my hardest every single day to try to be the best version of myself, and I need to recognize when I'm not doing that and to change it. That's basically the main point, is that we cannot guarantee the outcome, but we can guarantee the effort we put towards it. So I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I just want to leave you with that message that we can't guarantee everything. You're not going to guarantee everything, and there's going to be a lot of things in life that we take for granted, and then one day we won't have it, and we'll realize that life doesn't guarantee you anything. So for your daily discipline today, day 60, it is to recognize that. It is to guarantee your effort towards your outlook on everything. Put your 100% and realize that your 100% doesn't guarantee you that it's going to work out. But that's not the point behind it. The point is that you realize that things don't work out. But the main point is to guarantee yourself in at least trying, because that is your best odds of it working out. You can't live with a pessimistic mentality. So for your daily discipline, it is to realize that you are not guaranteed anything in this life. So do not take it for granted. Realize that today, we are 60 days into this new year. There's no guarantee that this year is going to be the best year or the year that you plan it to work out. I know that myself with all these challenges I've put on myself. I can't guarantee that everything is going to go according to plan. But what I can guarantee is that I am going to give it my 110%. I am going to go out there and bust my butt and trying to make what I want to happen. I can't guarantee it. I know, there's nothing in this life that's guaranteed, but I know that I can put forward my best version of myself every single day and work towards becoming a better person and a better person overall, within my community, within my family, within just the world. I want to be able to develop. I think there's so much we can all develop on as individuals, and it starts right here by realizing that nothing is guaranteed. So your daily discipline, again, is to realize that nothing is guaranteed and to work at it, to work towards the things that you realize that might not work out for you. But that's the whole point, is to not let failure hold you back, to strive for the best, because that is your best chance. Other than that, guys, though, thank you so much for listening. Kind of went off on a little ramble here. I had nothing written for today. I just wanted to really kind of talk about just guarantees, because like I said, I thought about it when I thought of the number 60, and then I really got into in-depth thinking of how nothing is guaranteed. So again, I want to thank you so much for following along. This is the Defining Discipline podcast. This was episode 60. If you guys can, please give this podcast a like, a subscribe, and a follow on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and the podcast streaming platforms that you can find us on. We will be having some guests coming up here real soon. Got my baby daughter coming up within this month, so I'm hoping after she comes along and I get a lot of the studio finished and get everything kind of situated, that we will have the lineup ready and we can start getting some interviews done and some longer form podcasts with some guests. And I got a couple other things in the works coming hopefully up in April and May. Got the 50K I am running in June. If you guys want to keep up on my training, please follow along with me on Strava as well. That is, I post my Strava every single day to the Instagram, to the Defined Discipline pages. So if you don't want to personally go on my Strava, I get it. But if you want to go with more in depth of following along, go right on my Strava, check it out. I'm also on Nike Run Club. That's pretty much it, guys. I really appreciate you guys listening along and following along. The God Bod push-ups are coming along right now. I'm going to add them to the end of this video. I will see you guys tomorrow for day 61, March 2nd. I will also update you tomorrow officially on the fundraiser, what it is going to be. But you can also check later today. After this podcast airs, I will also have the decision made already. It'll be up on my personal page where you can go and make a donation for the March fundraiser. Other than that, guys, though, I will see you tomorrow for day 61. Peace out. Stay disciplined. I'm your host, Scott. And have a good one, guys. See ya. March 1st, day 28. Day 28 in the books.